I'm the Conscious Mystic and welcome to the weekly forecast for Monday, September 11th, 2023, week commencing. Each week I like to bring you my interpretation of the week using my deck, the Mythic Tarot, to give some guidance, and what I'll do is choose a card for each day of the week and we'll see what comes up. That card always goes back in the deck, and sometimes that card turns up a second and third time. So let's begin. Monday, September 11th, 2023. Let's have a look. Oh, here we have Ace of Wands. I was doing some readings last night and this one kept coming up a lot. So this means all systems go. My feeling around this card is that a lot of blocks have been unblocked, set free, and there is a real motivation to sort of push forward and move forward. I feel like there are some things that haven't quite, like we don't feel quite finished off, but that's not enough to hold us back. And so the Ace of Wands is going to move us forward and get us moving so that we don't keep making excuses about how to stop and, that self-sabotaging excuses that stop us from moving forward. So put a line under it and move forward. Okay, that one's back on the deck. Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. Let's have a look. Four of Wands. Love it when this one comes up. This one is often one that turns up. It means support. It's pure and simple. It's about the support system that's around us. And again, it is about reaching out and making sure that the people that we have around us and situations that we have around us fully support us. So when we look around and when we send our attention around us, is that we give and accept support for those who are facing towards us, not those that are pushing us away, not to chase those situations or people that might be dragging us away from our Ace of Wands direction. We work with people that move towards us and support us and help us. So this is just a reminder to not chase those situations and people that we are trying to perhaps get approval from or think that we have to fix in order to move forward. It's a little bit of a catch, so watch for that catch, that we don't get caught up in that drama. Anyway, that one's back on the deck. That one jumped out. Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. I'm going to go with it. This one jumped out as I was shuffling. Here we have the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Five of Pentacles represents that part of us that is letting go of a situation that we thought it should look like. We are realizing that what we have built up, what we thought was something that represented who we are, we decide to move away from it. It's a real wrench, because it looks like that we are, it feels sometimes that we're losing something. It feels like that we are losing money, or that we're going to end up being less than. But this card has a real feel about it that says more so we are leaving something behind, like a bit of a grieving, but we are leaving something behind that we absolutely recognise that doesn't suit us anymore. And that does take a little bit of grieving to let go. It's not so much about what we love, but it's how we have identified ourselves. So there's a realisation that something that we've identified ourselves with doesn't actually suit us anymore. And that might be in relation to the day before, to stop chasing those things and those dreams or those people that we think are going to make things better or make us better. Anyway, that one's already back on the deck. Thursday, September 14th, 2023. Let's have a look. Oh, wonderful, the Emperor. Isn't that great? Once we walk away and realise that those things that we thought propped us up don't suit us anymore, the Emperor turns up to give us a sense of safety and security. So in other words, those things that we were clinging to, that we thought that we needed to prop us up, we're going to understand that, or realise that they were actually taking away rather than giving. And the Emperor is here to let us know that we're actually capable and more than capable of supporting ourselves. It doesn't mean that we're alone. It means that we have enough wisdom inside of us to pull in closer those things and people, situations and people that do support us, and to separate ourselves from those that drain us. The Emperor is our beginning of building. And if you remember on Monday, the Ace of Wands was the beginning. He was actually the Emperor in that card as well. So the Emperor is coming to settle everything down and to help us feel secure in the decision that we have done to walk away, and to realise that who we are and what we stand for is what's within, rather than what we thought we were, or trying to fit into a situation, a square peg into a round hole that really is not us. Anyway, that one's back on the deck. So welcome to Friday, September 15th, 2023. Let's have a look. Oh, we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is that, I always think about Quicksilver when I think about the Knight of Swords. Look at that. It is thinking on the run, quick changes around. So expect that on Thursday. A lot of thinking on our feet. It doesn't feel like it has much to do with the cards that have come before. The Thursday card is actually a standalone card. So it's a day of just catching up, or just, we'll need our energy to just catch ourselves or catch onto those things that are just about ready to drop off, or that need our immediate attention. So the Thursday is actually a standalone day of needing our attention for those short-term fixes or short-term issues that need our immediate attention. And so therefore it's like a little encapsulated day, and the Knight of Swords is going to help us notice there. We're going to catch all those situations and things that need our attention in that moment. No distractions. Anyway, that one's back on the deck. Saturday, September 16th, 2023. Let's have a look. Oh, another Five of Cups. Oh, Five of Cups represents like a time of grieving and a real letting go in the heart. So again, I feel that there is another standalone day that doesn't really have much to do with the preceding cards of this week. So this is a time, this day is a great opportunity to allow to let something go, to maybe a lot of self-care today. It's I realise that it's not a day of that you're going to spend all day letting go, but it's more like little realizations of things that you don't really care about anymore. You thought you cared about them, you thought that they were something that was important, and it's just like little realizations within, and that with each little realization is a little death. And that's what this card is representing here, a tiny death with each realization that we don't need that. It makes our heart sad, and it is a time of grieving. However, once we sort of, a little exercise is to bubble that up and say, well, I understand and I accept that I don't need that. Put it into a little bubble and let it go. And then once that happens, it's a freshness that comes in. So it's not a grieving that's going to hang around. It's a nice freshness that sticks with us, and a real a feeling of freedom on that Saturday. So I think take some time out, a little bit of self-care, and just be mindful. You might be teary unexpectedly, but expect that. Expect to be unexpectedly teary or sad. It might just catch you out of the blue, that a thought or something that you realise that's not for you anymore. But it's a very much a pivotal point and a necessary part of the grieving process or letting go process. So that one's back on the deck. Let's have a look at Sunday, September 17th, 2023. What do we have? Oh, lovely. Queen of Cups. I love when the Queen of Cups turns up. She represents that sense of satisfaction. You can have a look. I always think about that look on her face. She just looks very self-satisfied. She is indulgent. She is very self-satisfied. However, she knows her power. She knows that she has the power to influence her circumstances and influence her situation and her environment. You can take the Queen of Cups in two different ways. You may wish to manipulate. You can use her to manipulate if you need to, or you can use her to influence. However you're choosing to access her power, the intention is to be aware of the intention behind it. We manipulate all the time. We influence all the time. It is what our intention behind it that makes it, whether it's healthy or toxic. So decide beforehand, or be aware of what you are trying to influence and what you are trying to manipulate, because she can be tricky. She can be wanting to get her own way. So look at the signs, look at how you're feeling, look at the reactions, and behave accordingly. It's always, of course, there's never any incorrect decisions. The pathway is the pathway, but I would be definitely taking advantage of her power and her energy, because she really is about the self. She really is self-indulgent, and she knows perfectly what it is that we need in order to feel in control, and that we have everything we need to manipulate our environment. And we do need to manipulate and influence our environment in order to move forward and get ahead, because otherwise we are just puppets. Anyway, she's back on the deck. Well, that's the weekly forecast for week commencing September 11th, 2023. My name is Vicki Haspels. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Much love from me. Mwah. Bye for now. See you guys next week with love from me. Mwah.